And hello, I think my head's cut off. Welcome, it's Saturday night, it's 8 o'clock, which can mean only one thing. It can mean you're having a dinner or you're joining in Bobby Seagull's quiz for NHS Family Special. So thank you so much for joining me on a Saturday night. You know, you could be out there. To be honest, it's not barbecue weather. It's been torrential rain here in East London. What's the weather been like for you? Well, thank you so much for joining. So 4 rounds, as usual. And the 4 rounds will be this. Let's see if I've got this correct. So firstly, it's back to school. Have you been paying attention to your school curriculum? So hopefully this will help if you've got any school children with you or adults that paid attention in school. Second round, pictures, and it's geography. It's geography. And the third one, my favourite round, where I get to embarrass myself with charades. And again, it's my rules. Charades, you're not meant to speak, but I speak. It's my rules. You're not happy? You can change the YouTube channel. No, you don't do that. And then fourthly, we have music. A music round. And every week it's themed. And then finally, we have a little sing-along at the end. A little sing-along. And then it's time to say goodbye. And I'll be done by 9 o'clock. That's always my aim. Always my aim. So let's go. We're going to get started. So, 5 questions on back to school. Back to school. So again, at the end of every round, whether you're friends with me on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, WhatsApp, drop me your score and I'll report back some of them. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you focused? I'm going to have a sip of water. Again, I'm People's Choice. Someone's asked me, so I used to do People's Choice. I will try and get it back. So People's Choice was the concept of a round that's contributed by you. And I will try to squeeze it back in. It's because my first ever quiz that I did, I like talking, a bit of a waffler. It ended up taking 1 hour 50. And that's quite long, isn't it? So I'm going to try and find a way of being efficient and squeezing it within an hour. But People's Choice, I do need to bring that back. Bring it back for the people. Power to the people. Okay. Here we go. Ghazala, Aman and Zay. Round 1. Question 1. Here we go. So bear in mind, these are questions aimed at school students. So the answer is not going to be something you studied at A-level biology or university physics. They're school questions. Don't overthink it. Okay, here we go. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Question 1. In an animal cell, what is the name of the part that contains the DNA and controls what happens? So in an animal cell, what is the name of the part that contains the DNA and controls what happens? That's question number 1. Biology. It's not harder than you think. Okay, that's question number 1. Question number 2. Who is this Jacqueline Wilson fictional children's book character? Who is this children's character from a Jacqueline Wilson fiction book? There you go. That's question number 2. Question number 3. Bit of maths, so you know I'm a fan of Bake Off. So, a sponge cake for 8 people requires 200 grams of butter. How much butter would be required for 12 people? So a sponge cake for 8 people requires 200 grams of butter. How much butter for 12 people? You can use a calculator if you want. You can use one. Phone a friend, 50-50. There's no 50-50 here. Bit of maths and baking. That's question number 3 for you. Question number 3. I'll give you a bit of time for that. And if you've got children in the house, get them to try this as well. A bit of ratios, a bit of proportion. So last one, sponge cake for 8 people requires 200 grams of butter. How much butter for 12 people? That's question number 3. Question number 3. Okay, question number 4. So spelling. I always do a spelling question. So this particular word means a strong or regular repeated pattern of movement or sound. So the word I want you to spell is rhythm. Can you spell the word rhythm for me? That's question number 4. Spell the word rhythm. And then the final question. So I do the Sunday Times family quiz every Sunday. And sometimes Mr. Seagull, I'm environmentally friendly. I recycle things, not just cardboard and paper. I recycle questions. So this question was in last weekend's paper. So this question is biology. True or false? Penguins have knees. True or false? Penguins have knees. Do they have knees? You will find out very soon. True or false? Penguins have knees. So I'm going to recap the questions. And I got a lovely comment from Emily Butt. She says, what a lovely top. Thank you. I like this top. Look. It's nice, isn't it? Look at that. Little. I'll give it a little twirl. Little twirl. Look at that. Cool little top, isn't it? Thank you. Okay. So quickly, I go backwards for the questions. So question 5, penguins have knees. True or false? Question 4, spell the word rhythm. Question 3, a bit of maths. Sponge cake for 8 people requires 200 grams. How much butter for 12 people? Better have got that right. And question 2, who is this fictional Jacqueline Wilson character? And question 1, in an animal cell, what part contains the DNA? It's time for, you know the story, 10-second dance. 10-second dance. So you got 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put your pens down. Pens down. There we go. Pens down. So we've got a few new people I'm welcoming. We've got some potential plus Kiwis. We've got Richard Savage, welcome. We've got the Clarks and the Princeps, welcome. Okay, so question number 1 was a nucleus. A nucleus. That's question number 1, the nucleus. It's the part which has all the genetic information. So go for the nucleus for question 1. You remember that, don't you? Question 2. It's Tracy Beaker. Tracy Beaker for question number 2. Question number 2. And a bit of an insider secret. I'm actually currently trying to write a book. Trying is the operative word. It's a kid's fiction book. It's almost like Tracy Beaker meets Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime and a bit of a famous 5 murder mystery. But again, it's really hard writing a kid's book because you've got to imagine like how a child would think. So it's difficult, but I'm trying to write that. A little bit every day, a little bit. Okay, question number 3 was. So a bit of maths here. So what I tested on my brother Tom. So you could do 200 grams divided by 8 people. That's 25 grams per person. And then you multiply that by 12 people. You get 300 grams. There you go. 300 grams. And I hope my friend Steph got that correct. 300 grams. 300 grams. And rhythm is rhythm. RHYTHM. So it's RHYTHM. Rhythm. There you go. And the final one, drum roll. Do penguins have knees? Penguins have knees? Do these little guys have knees? Yeah, they do. They've got kneecaps. True, they do have kneecaps. It doesn't look like it, but they really do. Penguins have kneecaps. So that is round number 1. Tell me how you've done. How have you done after the first round? So again, you can tweet me. You can Insta story me. You can do all sorts of things. So let me know how you did after round 1. These quizzes are in aid for the NHS. So if you feel at any stage through any of the quizzes, justgiving.com/quiz for NHS.